Well, we are falling into whiskey season with Glenfiddich Ambassador Jamie Johnson. You are here to give us some very tasty Thanksgiving cocktails.
Yes.
But first, before we get into that, what is whiskey season?
It's that time of the year, and I would say probably from October to December, where you want to be surrounded by things that are warming and cozy, and whiskey really fits into that sort of that little bracket. You kind of want to sit and spend some time with a drink. You want to sip slowly. You want to think about it. It's also a great time for celebrating, pouring drams with friends, and just really enjoying the best of the season.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so what kind of cocktail recipes do you have for us here?
So we've got two cocktails. One that's kind of a little more classic and one that's a little more fun and punchy. And then we'll finish off with a dram at the end of the day, as you say. The first one we've got over there is a maple bourbon barrel old fashioned. So the key ingredient there, Glenfiddich 14 bourbon barrel reserve. And that's like a classic old fashioned. So a little bit spirit forward, that's right. And then we've got, instead of using like a simple syrup to sweeten it up, we're using maple syrup, which is another sort of autumnal, that's kind of that.
Yes, everybody loves a good maple.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then just ice and bitters on that one.
Okay.
This one I thought we could make together just really quick, because we love to have a punch that's just ready. You know, Thanksgiving's coming up this weekend. We want to make sure that we've got something prepared, and it's easy, and it's just going to go right in the fridge until our guests come. So we've got club soda, we've got ginger beer, we've got
ginger beer. That's
I know,
like
for a little bit of exactly.
Right?
We've got Amaro, we've got lemon juice, we've got orange juice, we've got a little bit of unsweetened apple cider, and the grand dame here is the Glenfiddich Orchard Experiment, which is finished in a little bit of a Pomona cask. So it's got this really nice sort of appley essence to it. It's the only single malt scotch that's ever been finished in a Pomona cask. So it's very cool. All we have to do is combine all of our ingredients in here.
Okay.
And this is going to be like, this is like a warm autumnal hug here. Like this is, and then the nice thing about having something like a punch is that you can just kind of keep it to the side, keep it in the fridge, keep it nice and chilled, and then when your guests come, just let them do it.
Right?
Let them serve it themselves.
Yeah, it's so true.
That's right.
And then you don't have to keep bugging people. Would you like another cocktail?
Exactly. You just put it out in a beautiful punch bowl, and then you're good to go. So that's that. And then I would sort of like, you know, garnish
how do we garnish this?
I would garnish this with like, I know, like a little autumnal sort of like.
Oh, I like this.
Put the vibe here.
Yes.
And then we can just do this. And look, the star anise is in there. We've got a little bit of sugar at the bottom there, and some cinnamon. I mean, you can't go wrong with this,
No,
right?
you really can't.
No,
And
no.
it just looks like fall. Like you see a cocktail like that, you're like, oh.
It just makes you want to hang out.
You want to put on a cozy sweater.
Exactly.
And go for a walk and
I
look
know.
at the leaves.
That's right. 100%. That's my favorite fall thing to do. And then I would say at the end of the night, we would probably turn to a really beautiful expression here. 23 years old, finished in French oak. It's a cuvee cask finish, so it has that sort of like bright, elegant zestiness to it. Even if someone's not a big Scotch drinker, this one will appeal to them. It's so appealing in terms of the flavor profile. So I would say, you know, let's give this a nose and see what's going on in our autumnal punch. I know, right?
Oh, that smells so good.
Doesn't it? I know. Cheers. Okay. It's got so much, like, anyone would love this. And if anyone ever tells you you cannot use single malt scotch in a cocktail, don't believe them.
They are wrong.
They're wrong.
You've heard it here first. They are wrong.
You drink this how you want to. So absolutely love this one. The Glenfiddich Orchard Experiment is so autumnal. It's got that really nice sort of that appleiness without being overly sweet and appley.
Because you can taste it, but it's not overbearing.
And that's the important part. You always want balance. You want a little bit of sweetness with a little bit of spice, and you want a little bit of sort of brightness with a little bit of complexity.
Can be dangerous, though.
You have to, you know, responsibility always. We always must be responsible.
As I'm taking my third sip on the morning show, I'm responsible. It's fine. We're in the new patio. It's great.
There's lots of juice in there too. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay, you can get way more information on all of these cocktails.
Yes.
On your website?
Yes, Glenfiddich.com.
On Glenfiddich.com. Oh my gosh, we've got so much more coming up here on Morning Live. Of course, we are going to have your information up on our website as well. And we've got lots of snacks to choose from when it comes to pairing these cocktails.
Yes, absolutely. You cannot go wrong with a cheese and charcuterie board and whiskey. Absolutely not. Yep, absolutely. You got the creaminess of the cheese, you got the brightness of the single malt, and you're good to go.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
My
We've had a great
pleasure. Thanks
time.
for having me again.
Yeah, cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.